Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the most magical podcast in the Midwest. That's right, the Magic in the Midwest podcast, starring USA Today best-selling author J.B. Michaels and his more successful wife, Ashley Michaels. And now, your hosts. All right, welcome everybody to the 88th episode of the Magic in the Midwest podcast. That's right, 88 miles per hour. 88 episodes of the mainline Magic in the Midwest podcast. Now, you do have to realize we have a ton more episodes on bandcamp.com, Magic in the Midwest podcast.bandcamp.com, where you can subscribe for as little as $2 or $3 a month. 2, 3? I don't remember.
I think it's 3.
2, 3, 3. $3 a month and get a bunch of extra content, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of extra content. And, help support the podcast. So also, the podcast is brought to you by the many works of J.B. Michaels. As I said last week on the 87th episode, we have a new book coming soon. And that new book is currently being edited, and that new book is Raftery's Ghost, which is the 5th book in the Mac and Millie mystery series, set in Geneva, Illinois, right here in the Midwest. And this one takes place entirely within a Midwest icon established, small town Midwest icon, which is the Little Traveler. So if you guys want to check out a really cool place, check out the Little Traveler. The reason why I wrote The Raftery's Ghost, and it takes place completely within the walls of the Traveler, is because it's the 100th anniversary over there this year. So pretty cool. So check that out. You want to talk about Main Street, USA? Well, this is definitely a building and a place that could just be transported directly into Main Street, USA, and be completely fit. It would require no retheming. It would be perfect. So, Raftery's Ghost.
Just like me.
Just like you, Ash. Just like you. Anyway.
Thank you.
Yes. So very excited about it. It's one of those cool books. Think of like a situation where it takes place within one evening. In one location. So, I almost think that this book could be like a play. Like, it could be almost a play.
Ooh. You guys, I haven't read it yet because it's not back from the editor, but I'm super excited to read it.
I might, pitch it. I might see if I can get somebody to write a play version of it. I mean, it's really... It lends itself well. It would be easy to do, I think.
Do we know anyone that does that?
Probably. Yeah, I think I know some people from the old Beverly Theater Guild
from the old days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it would be really cool. So that was written really with the celebration of the 100th anniversary of The Little Traveler in mind. So it's going to be very cool.
It's like this, you guys, right now, JB and I are both drinking Zoas.
Yes.
So,
sponsored by... No, it's not.
Yeah, that's
we're
what
not. No, we're not. We're not. We can't say that out loud because we'll be in trouble.
You guys, I got to post this picture.
You look ridiculous.
Like alfalfa.
So I would definitely... I know, haircut Tuesday, maybe. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, geez, that's terrible. Okay. The picture is ridiculous. I have 5,000 chins.
Not as much as I do right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't talk.
Okay, so we also are supported and have a great relationship with Emily from
Magical Mouse Travel.
Yes, you got it this time.
You guys, she is someone we've met through the podcast. We actually haven't met in person yet, but it feels like we have because we've become such great friends. She is super great. She is a vacation planner, and she specializes in Disney, Universal, and Disney Cruise Line travel, but she can book any travel for you, including... sorry, guys. I was reading this, and then I went off the reading, and then I tried to jump back in.
Keep going.
So anyways, she can book everything for you. And obviously the biggest thing to note here is that it comes at no cost to you. So that's, the biggest pro there, which I think now, like I've said many times before, if you're booking a Disney vacation, more than ever, you're going to need some help.
You really do. And you know what? She does a great job.
She does. She's also from the Midwest. She travels there often, so she knows, all the really recent things. Yeah, and she's just super sweet and great. And I think I've mentioned this before. I know some people like to book their own travel. For a lot of Disney fans, that's like part of the experience. So if you want to support her, but still would like some control over like the actual booking part of it yourself, you can let her know like, hey, can you book my hotel? And then I want to do my own other stuff, and she'll let you do that. So anyways, you can reach her via email. Her email is emily@magicalmousetravel.com. If you do reach out to her, just let her know that we sent you over, and she can send you a no obligation quote. So if she sends you something and then you decide not to do it, it's no big deal.
Right. So please check that out as well. So lots of cool things to talk to her about. And if you have any questions, you can always email Emily at Magical Mouse Travel, or you can even go through us if you want, Magic in the Midwest podcast at gmail.com, and we could direct you to her, or we could try to answer any of your questions. We have been doing a lot of Genie Plus research.
We have recently.
Shout out to Touring Plans, another great company that helps people plan. But yeah, they have a great breakdown of all the different ways and things and tips and tricks on how to do Genie Plus.
Yeah, there's some articles on their website, and also they have a YouTube series called Touring Plans Teaches, and there's a little series within that talks about just Genie Plus.
Right. And they're statisticians, they're numbers people, so that's how they break down everything.
Yes, if you're a numbers nerd like me, you will definitely enjoy it. I wanted to take notes.
Yeah, she's very excited about it.
I might watch it again and take notes.
She loved it.
Print out some things, some screenshots.
Right. So we're, like we said last week, we have purchased Disney Genie Plus for our entire 7-day trip coming up. So we are going to use it for 6 days because our first day we're just having a chill day, enjoying the majestic nature resort of Disney's Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah, Copper Creek. I'm very excited.
Yes, me too.
It's been quite a while since we've stayed there.
Man, I'm really excited for that.
Has it been
just want to
since 2014?
take pictures and just.
Is that the last time we stayed there?
Yeah. Yes, we have. Well, no. Yeah, I guess we did stay at Boulder Ridge for 2 nights, right? So that was 2014. You're right. And then we moved to Grand Floridian.
Yeah, you guys. I was pacing the room at night because I didn't feel well, and it was because I was very early on pregnant and didn't know it yet.
Yep.
That's when I think of Boulder Ridge, I think of sickness.
Preggers.
And JB kept telling me I should just go in the hot tub and have a drink.
Whoops. 2 horrible things to do. The exact things you don't want to do.
I was going to say, we didn't know.
Front row on rock and roller coasters.
It was very, very early. Very early.
He was just a little tiny pea pot.
Yeah, he was
pea in a pea pot. I don't know, whatever.
Maybe not even the
probably
size of it. He was
cell.
I think it was literally 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, he was just a tiny baby.
And I was already sick, which sounds correct.
Yes. And I remember we were on the monorail. One night we were on the monorail coming back to Grand Floridian, and you were just really not you were very
I couldn't put it together. Well. I mean, right? It was my first pregnancy, and
you had the red mini shirt on.
Yeah, and I kept getting sick close to dinner time. I just would feel a little sick to my stomach.
And I don't know if you know this, but Ashley loves food. Ashley loves to eat.
It's my favorite thing besides sleep and not talking to people. No, I do. I love food. And actually, when we were first together, JB thought that meant he had to buy me a lot of expensive food. And I had to correct him. And just all I need is French fries. I just need
food.
Lots of food all the time.
Right. Yeah.
It can be really crappy food or junk food. But yeah, I kept getting sick at dinner time, and you always hear about like morning sickness. And it was just so early in the pregnancy that I didn't even think I could, you wouldn't know to take a test yet. So I just was not putting it together. Mm-hmm. But like every night at the same time, I was like, oh, all of a sudden I go through the whole day and be fine and get sick at night. And I tried to blame like the Florida heat and other things, which I knew wasn't right. And just if anyone wants to know, I took a test the day we got home.
Yeah.
Man, I've never seen 2 pink lines appear so quickly on a stick.
Yes.
Immediate.
And now that person is upstairs.
7. He's 7.
Yes. So it's crazy.
And I only felt even crappier every day after that.
Yeah, it just kept getting worse. So, yeah. But, totally worth it. Totally worth it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, we are going to... So, we'll let you know how that goes, the whole Genie Plus thing.
Yeah, we wanted to try it for every park, even though we've heard that it's not worth it for every park from, a handful of people, just, for the sake of research and being able to say. But also we're taking my parents, and I kind of want to limit their standing.
And I guess we could sort of... I'm not trying to sell Genie Plus to anybody. You guys know kind of how I feel about it.
Oh, my God. Get over it.
But... I do like that here's the thing. Let's say you don't get on a bunch of rides of G Plus in a day. You can look at how much time you've saved. And I think that's the biggest thing. You should really look at Genie Plus as a time-saving mechanism rather than a fast pass.
Right, which is what touring plans really breaks down very well, is the amount of time that you save in the parks.
That's
by
the
using
biggest
it.
thing.
So right, maybe you only use it for 2 or 3 attractions, but what if those attractions
have
are
3-hour waits?
Space Mountain,
right,
is that's not individual anymore?
No,
right?
It's not.
And you save 60 minutes. That's a whole other hour that you have, and then you use it later on Big Thunder, and you save 45 minutes there. That's an hour and 45 minutes you save, and then maybe you save it 30 minutes somewhere else. But that's 2.5 hours isn't anything to sneeze at.
No, especially when at Disney, time is obviously money. People do feel that way, right? So, but yeah, no, it's a huge thing. Also, so here's what else what else do we need to tell you guys? No, that's about it for that stuff. But Emily at Magical Mouse Travel also will be able to help you with all of that in-depth stuff as well. She's been there. She's used Genie Plus a couple times on a couple different trips already. So she's been ahead of the game. She's also the expert for us. So I would just reach out to her. Please. And then, so today, Ash and I, we decided, what do we want to do? It's our podcast. We could really, talk about whatever the heck we want. So,
and if we have no listeners, that's fine.
All right. No, we do. Hey, everybody.
No, but I mean, sometimes I feel like we kind of peg ourselves into this spot and we try and do the same thing all the time. When really, I think as long as we're talking about something we enjoy, other people will enjoy it too.
Yes. So we have decided to do a little bit of history of dinosaurs in theme parks today, and with a specific emphasis on a cross-company attraction smackdown with Jurassic Park River Adventure and, of course, Disney Animal Kingdom's Dinosaur. So, let's take it. So that'll be what we're going to lead up to. So Walt Disney had dinosaurs made up for the World's Fair, I believe, in one of the pavilions. And he brought those dinosaurs onto the train ride. So when you would go on Walt Disney World Railroad, the Disneyland Railroad in Disneyland.
Where is it?
Disneyland.
The Disneyland Railroad is...
In Disneyland. Railroad. Railroad.
Disneyland.
It's in Disneyland.
Got it.
Yes, you got it. You would get into a specific area of the park, and you would go into like a tunnel, and it would be called the Primeval World. Okay, and on display were these animatic dinosaurs. Think Jungle Cruise type of crude animations.
So that's where the name of that attraction came from? Primeval
Yeah.
Whirl, and
Yeah.
that used to be an Animal Kingdom, and now it's shut down.
Yeah, it was called Primeval Whirl, whereas in Disneyland, the section of Disneyland Railroad was Primeval World, because you would enter into this tunnel and it would say, "You're now entering Primeval World," and they would show you dinosaur scenes and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
never mind.
Cool. So that was part of Disneyland. That was way back in the 60s. And then in 1982, Disney opened up the Universe of Energy Pavilion, which is now gone, right, and be replaced by
the new Guardians.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which will open Memorial Day weekend, I believe, which I'm very excited about. We will be able to go on that and review that for you guys as well. Which will be quick. It'll be amazing. So in the Universe of Energy, you watched the film, right? And then the screens would open up, and then you would take the giant Omni-Mover things, these huge, remember they're massive. Remember that? Like the big, so they were like, you could fit a ton of people, and you went through this very slow ride, and the first thing you went to was the prehistoric world, right? I think it was I don't know if it was the Jurassic era or the Cretaceous period or whatever it was. But you saw the big sauropod, the big long-necked dinosaur, your dinosaur, right? Eating like some moss. Like,
right. That's all checking out. So
right. Yeah, remember that? So there was a cool dinosaur scene in Epcot. Mm-hmm. And I remember, like, that was the dinosaur ride when I was a kid. Like, Mom would be like, "Oh, let's go see the dinosaurs." That was the reason you went into Universe of Energy, was to see the dinos. And there was like a T-Rex later, and the Pteranodon, and the big snake. The snake thing really scared me. The big giant snake.
Was it there? But I don't really remember that.
You've seen it, but it's But they did put Ellen in there because remember they changed it from. It used to be just Universe of Energy. It was a very straightforward documentary, and then they put Ellen's Energy Adventure in there. Kind of spiced it up, put her and Bill Nye the Science Guy in there.
Make it a little bit more
make it a little more fun, make it a little more, 90s. Which
stayed for quite some time.
Which it stayed for a very long time.
In Future World.
Yeah, and the music is great.
Yes.
Whoever did the music, let's
find out who it is.
I think it was Jerry Goldsmith. I think.
Okay.
Or James Horner. I think it was Goldsmith. But I could look it up.
How do you just know those people?
Because I love composers and movie composers.
Yeah, you guys, JB always will download and listen to movie scores and stuff.
They're coming out, like a new movie comes out, I'm like, I gotta listen to that.
We'll listen to it when we get in the car. It's a big thing with him.
Yes. Always loved those.
Harrison does too.
My son does the same thing. You'll hear him.
He can recognize the different, like if you play different Star Wars
he'll tell you
themes.
which episode.
Yeah, he knows which episode it's from.
That's pretty awesome.
It is.
It's kind of crazy how he does it. He does it really fast. It's awesome.
And he's like, Ray's theme, episode 7. What? I grew that.
It's pretty cool.
You're welcome.
I think I should say you're welcome in this instance.
No.
Sounds like more of my brain in this instance. Okay, anyway. Whatever.
Wish everyone could see my face right now.
Silly.
We gotta move to
they
video.
They wouldn't want to.
We gotta...
I'm kidding. No, but we... So there was the dinosaurs in Epcot, and then, they were not animatronic. I would not call them animatronic dinosaurs. They were animatic. They did one sort of animation, and they did the same thing over and over again. It wasn't super.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Lincoln or like the shaman from Navi River Journey. They didn't move with such fluidity. They were incredible. It was still cool to see them. So then in the 90s, another massive theme park opened called Universal Studios Florida. Okay.
I think I've heard of that.
And a guy by the name of Michael Crichton wrote a book called Jurassic Park.
Also sounds familiar.
And before that book came out, his buddy Steven Spielberg was like, I want the script. I want the movie rights. Buy them. I want them now, and I want to start
before
making
the book came out?
Yes. And they started making the theme park ride before the movie came out.
Really?
They started developing all of this stuff like early, because it was like Michael Crichton wrote another book and it's about dinosaurs, and holy cow, it's going to be amazing. So
was this at
it was at Universal Studios Hollywood first.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
I couldn't
opened
say
up at Universal Studios. Is this that? Is this that?
Mouth open and I couldn't.
She looked really, really dumb. Dumbish. Anyway.
They felt dumbish.
A little bit.
Thank you for jumping in. Normally you don't.
No problem. So, yeah, because she just let you on the hook there. So, but it's, so you had this big, like, sometimes something's going to be big. And it just is, right? It's just meant to be, right? And that was Crichton with Jurassic Park. So we all know what happens. Spielberg makes the movie. They were going to make it stop motion, and then, the guy from ILM animates the bones in computer-generated imagery, and they're like, oh my gosh, we have to use this.
Right, something that had never been done before on that scale.
And then CGI was born, and now it's everywhere all the time in movies and TV shows. But pretty cool. So the ride opens in Hollywood, and it's a huge hit, right? It's this massive hit. Like, people are like, wow, the Jurassic Park ride in Universal Studios in Hollywood is so great. Disney, Eisner sees like a gaping hole in what they offer. Like, there's no like thrill ride that is dinosaurs, right? And the Jurassic franchise was just huge in the 90s. So when Eisner was developing Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, when Disney was developing it, Joe Rohde especially, there were, did you say, I think you told me this, right? Or we watched it in the Imagineering story or something, that there are two competing, like there was two options on the table because they had to cut back the development costs of Animal Kingdom.
It was on that.
Imagineering story or something.
Yes,
so, and they said that they couldn't have the fantasy. They could either have the fantasy part of Animal Kingdom, which was called Beastly Kingdom, or they could have Dinoland USA. And there were two camps of Imagineers, and I guess Eisner went with the Jurassic Park popularity.
Were they competing, or I thought it was supposed to be all of them? Like, it was supposed to be all
well,
of them.
they were, but they had to get cut because of...
Oh, did you just say that? Because
I did.
I zoned out. Okay.
You were totally
I'm sorry.
right.
We're on the same page now.
So, oh my gosh.
At least I was honest about it.
Right. So you have this camp, and of course we know that Dinoland USA is the land that gets built in Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. And of course, this is when Animal Kingdom opens in 1998. This is where I'm super duper excited. And of course, I'm most excited about the thrill ride called Countdown to Extinction, which would
I'm pumped, you guys.
Eventually become Dinosaur
Black Sheets. Neon dino heads.
Yeah. So, neon dinos. But anyway, so Eisner finally gets a thrill ride with dinosaurs in Orlando, the Orlando theme parks, right? So we have dinos now. And, little do we know that, of course, because this is also competition because Disney is the first company to have dinos in Central Florida, because right the next year, I think in 99, Islands of Adventure would open up. And one of the islands of Adventure is entirely dedicated to Jurassic Park, which, I'll be honest, is that your favorite island in Islands of Adventure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally is mine.
It is.
It totally is mine, too.
Totally.
I just love it. I love the visitor center. I could sit up on that balcony looking out at the lagoon all day. This is great.
I mean, especially now.
And now there's the Velocicoaster right there.
I mean, if you want to go get your face, like, ripped
off.
Which, I mean, in a way is great.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my gosh,
pretty amazing.
it's like a fierce coaster.
awesome.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah. Yes. So, Jurassic Park is going to be opening at Islands of Adventure, and of course they're going to put Jurassic Park River Adventure in there, which is already a huge hit over at the California park for Universal Studios Hollywood. All right, Ash. So here we go. This is the meat, the carnivorous habits of this podcast. Is the SmackDown. So we've got Dinosaur versus Jurassic Park River Adventure. So just let's take a. It's amazing. Let's take a 30,000-foot view. Okay, right now. Tell me, what do you like better, Jurassic Park or Dinosaur?
I'm going to say this is not going to be a popular opinion. I'm going to say Dinosaur. And I don't know if that would normally be my answer, but Jurassic Park right now is like in a serious need of like
a refurb.
Yeah, I mean the dinosaur's skin is just like flapping off.
I mean,
and like some of them are like bent way over to the side. Okay,
let's just for the sake of the purity of what we're talking about.
Okay,
let's
that's
say
the case.
It is best form.
This is a really tough call. They're very different rides.
They are, but that's okay.
I want you to answer first because I feel like Dinosaur is more silly fun the whole time.
Yeah.
You're like flying around. Dinosaurs are popping out of the black sheets. It's crazy. Although I feel like we're definitely in the minority because I feel like every time we're on the ride, no one else in our vehicle seems to be having as much fun as us. I
don't get it.
Like yelling,
there was one time last time I think where some people were totally digging it like us. I do remember.
Yeah, there are some, but a lot of kids are afraid of that ride. There are some adults, including my sister, who is afraid of the ride and won't go on it or
she will close her eyes the entire time.
I love that ride vehicle. I think it's awesome. But I also think that like the slower water rides tend to be the most what's the word I'm looking for? The word that people use all the time.
Immersive?
Immersive.
Yeah.
And the most creative. I think that water rides are generally the way to go.
Yeah.
This is a really tough call for me because everyone knows how I feel about Dinosaur, but when we went to Universal this last time and Jurassic Park was closed, I was super bummed because it's just fun.
I know it is.
And honestly, there is a part of it that's like because it's so like janky right now, that, like it's more fun because it's like the dinosaurs.
It's like boardwalk themed, amusement park bad right now.
It's like, I mean, that the one dinosaur that comes out is like leaning way over the side and it's like it's like,
I hope the refurb they did when we were gone fixed that stuff.
Hopefully.
Okay, well.
I don't know. I didn't answer yet. I'm still.
You said dinosaur. Well,
that was if Jurassic Park is the way that it is now. Remember, I don't know. They're like, but then Jurassic Park, you have like you're going through the story, and then your boat goes off course.
I know, it's so great,
and you go up the big hill, which it's just more climactic in the end, and then you have the T-Rex. I mean, and then it's just and it's Jurassic Park, so it's super great.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm really torn. I'm having a hard time right now. If they were both in the same place and I had to pick one to go on, I probably would go on Jurassic Park. Yeah. Because of like it's, the movie. Yeah. It's just like this classic, I don't know. I think I would go nostalgic and go with Jurassic Park.
Okay.
But I know that dinosaur eventually is going to go away. I just feel like it is. And when that day comes, I'm going to be really, really sad.
I think it's going to go away. I think it's going to go away either. I mean, I think this area might be turned into Indiana Jones.
Right, I would be
type.
less upset if they kept the ride vehicle and did something.
I think we might get a clone of Temple of the Forbidden.
You know what I mean? How does
something.
that fit into Animal Kingdom? Because it's like adventure.
I would say you can make it fit, right? I mean, you could, it's adventure in the jungles and
we have
exotic
Frozen and Epcot
places.
So
I think you could probably do it.
Fits.
Yeah. I mean, Indy would fit there, even though
it
obviously
would fit better somewhere else.
Studios would be ideal too,
or even Adventureland.
But I think Animal Kingdom could work for an Indy type area.
It could,
and the dig site. I mean, he's an archaeologist. You could just convert the dig site into finding the Ark of the Covenant.
I would be less upset if it was something with that vehicle, and especially if it was Indiana Jones.
Right.
I would be more okay with it.
Right. So, we'll see. Now, we don't know if that's happening yet, but if Indy 5 comes out and it's a ginormous hit, which it will be, we'll see. But,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel really bad that I'm choosing that. Because everyone knows, Dinosaur is my favorite ride.
Yeah.
Because I'm a weirdo.
Right. Well, it is great. It is great.
I mean, we just have so much
pick
fun
Dinosaur
on it.
then.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if they were both in the same spot, I'd probably go on Jurassic Park. If I could only pick one.
Okay. So
I can't live with myself for saying
now for me too. I imagine Dinosaur though. Think about this. Imagine Dinosaur without the audio. Take the audio out of it.
It's really way more ridiculous.
I mean, would it even be effective? Because you think about it, the audio really drives it.
Well, there's a lot of strobe lights and.
I mean, the audio really drives the experience.
Yeah, but you could say that about other rides too. Imagine Flight of Passage without the audio. Still a great ride, but really.
Well,
different.
yeah, but I'm saying Dinosaur in the dark without anything but the darkness.
I guess. I
You know what I'm
guess.
saying?
I feel like more towards the end of the ride more than anything. I mean, if there was music or something, it would be different. But I mean, all attractions have something like that.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, imagine it without any audio.
I don't think you can say that though, because Jurassic Park is a totally different, water rides. You don't need.
Well, yeah, they're totally yes. So let's break it down. Let's get into the minutia here. Let's get into let's break it down and rank it. Get Ashley's ranking of each. Obviously, I'll be honest with you. Jurassic Park was my absolute favorite movie for forever. I mean, it still might be. I mean, it's so good. I love Jurassic Park more than Dinosaur. I love Dinosaur, but Jurassic Park River Adventure is still ticks the boxes for me. It just does.
I feel like Dinosaur has this very cult following. There's just a handful of us that just love it, and most people think it's trash or think. I mean, it's a very intense ride. Too, I think. So
yeah, it jostles you around. Jistle jostle.
It has a
hashtag jistle jostle. Shout out Tebow. Okay,
it's a lot of jistle jostling.
Yes. So, here we go. What else was I going to say?
You just said Jurassic Park.
Okay,
You definitely
so let's get into the minutia then. So, let's go to the line queue. Which is the better line queue? The better whole, you walk in to the line queue. And in Jurassic Park, it's very much like Kilimanjaro Safaris. It was almost, it was weird. It was I wonder if they're the same people that designed it. Because it's underneath these wooden pillars and wooden and fans are going above you, ceiling fans. And there's monitors, late 90s, monitors basically, kind of giving you an outline of what Jurassic Park is. And, that's about it. And then, of course, with Dinosaur, you have the entire Dino Institute. You walk up to this really nice building with this beautiful sculpture of, the iguanodon, right? And a couple of sculptures. And then isn't there a replica of Sue, the T-Rex, over there as well? Or there was. I think there is.
The T-Rex has a name?
Yeah, Sue.
Sue.
Yeah, I was down at the Field Museum.
Just gotta go see Sue.
Yeah, Sue.
I don't know
you
anything
don't know
about this.
about Sue? What? kind of world do you live in?
I don't know. I'm focused more on the black sheets.
Black sheets. Yes, you're right. So you go into the Dino Institute. There's all these like fossils and like things behind glass cases and like a museum exhibit. And then it feels like a museum. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Like it's an educational institution. And then you walk into the big rotunda area, and it actually has like a mini show in there. Like it will simulate the meteor, the asteroid strike that killed the dinosaurs, and go over things. There's a big Carnotaurus skeleton in that big rotunda area. Mm-hmm. So obviously,
I answered first on the other one, so you answered.
I'm going to say obviously Disney spent a lot more time on the queue of Dino Institute than Universal did with the River Adventure. I mean, obviously. So I would definitely give Dinosaur the advantage on the line queue. And probably there really is no pre-show element to the Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna come up with a hot take.
Oh, hot takes! Hashtag hot takes Ash.
I'm gonna make a shirt that says
Ash takes.
Ooh, maybe. We could also make shirts that say Jissel Jostle.
Or Ash hot takes, or Ash's hot takes, or something. Or
Ash's hot takes. That's it. That's the winner.
Ash's hot takes.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm going to design that tonight.
Yes, do it.
Be too embarrassed to wear it. Okay, do it. Buy it. You guys, JB always says that. I could be looking at like a $500 rug that I don't realize is $500 and talk about how much I like it, and he'll be like, do it, buy it.
Do it, buy it.
And he doesn't mean like he's going to buy it. He means I should buy it.
Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Okay, what was I going to say? Oh, the queue. I feel like...
Oh, for real? Gonna go... Really?
No, just...
Okay,
no,
I'm listening. I'm
It's
listening.
not necessarily what I'm going to pick. It's just an opinion.
Okay.
So, I get what you're saying, and I think you're right, but I also feel like when I'm in line for Jurassic Park, it does... To me, it feels like I'm at... Like, that's what the line queue would be if you were at Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. Like, it feels... Yeah. Because there's not a bunch of stuff that you're supposed to be looking at. Like, you're just in line for this, and that's how it would be if you were at Jurassic World. Yeah. So it kind of is, I feel like it is what it needs to be.
Okay.
I don't know. But I'm going to agree with you. Like, I don't think that by not having a bunch of stuff to look at all the time, like, that's my point. Like, think about Splash Mountain. There's not a ton to look at. No. It's still a really cool line queue, though.
Yeah.
I think that what throws off Jurassic Park is that, like, there's, like, all the lockers.
It's a lot of turnstiles.
Like, once you get past that, then I think, like, when you get to the part where you can actually see the loading, then it feels cool. Yeah. But I think that you're right. I'm going to go with Dinosaur as well. There's a lot more to look at. There's a lot more theming. And then when you get to the part where you get past the pre-show, I mean, it's, like, intense in there. Yeah. Like, when you see the cars
industrial,
coming in.
Like time rover area. Oh, my God. We're not supposed to be back here.
I love it. What is wrong with me?
Such joy out of this.
I know.
It's like you're so not supposed to be back there.
Well, it is. There's an intense
because he's like
vibe.
sneaking us onto the time rover.
That's not what it is. It's like there's just like you could see ahead to like the strobe happening. I mean, like it's nuts.
I mean, and
like
Mrs.
the first time that
is there. I mean,
right? There's that. That's a plus.
Felicia Rashad brings you into the ride. What else? How does it get any better?
No, the Time Rover guys from Draft Day.
The Time Rover guys in Draft Day.
I mean, which is the best movie of all time.
Right. Ashley's favorite movie, Kevin Costner.
You guys.
And rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. His movie.
It's a great movie.
It is.
If you're in a relationship and one of you really likes sports and the other one doesn't or whatever, this is a really great movie for you both to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Draft Day.
I mean, I really like sports.
So we're
arguably, I'm more athletic than JB. Not arguably, like it's a fact.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and give you this one.
I don't care if you
probably the one advantage you have.
Maybe.
I'm kidding. So you're going to give Dinosaur the cue.
Yeah, but I don't think that Jurassic Park is like horrible because there's nothing there.
Okay, all right.
They have like the right plants. Like it fits in with the whole island.
Okay, let's talk about the overall story of each ride. What's better? Reliving the what has gone wrong in Jurassic Park. Suddenly the compies have...
I think Jurassic Park is stronger story-wise.
Do you? Really?
Yeah.
The whole, like, secret mission of we're going to take you back in time and go to right before the asteroid hits and get the iguanodon and bring it back and the time over?
I think most people don't even know what the story is in Dinosaur because there's just too much happening. It's like you're at a rave, kind of, in a car. I don't think most people are paying attention. Half the time people, like, if they have the opportunity to walk out before the pre-show is done or skip it, they will.
Okay, so...
I mean, I don't get that. But.
I think the story of Dinosaur is stronger. I think.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Jurassic Park, it's pretty much a beat by beat. It's like, here we are on the river adventure. Here's some great dinos. Something goes wrong. Our boat goes the other way. And then we have the carnivores trying to eat us.
Yeah, but no pre-show needed. Like, you don't need to know anything about it. And you can follow it. And it's not just copying from the movie, because it's actually a creative... Like, that doesn't happen in the movie.
Okay.
So you're wrong.
I think I'm right, but anyway. Dinosaur story.
No, I mean, I don't...
Stronger.
I think with both of these rides, whether you like Dinosaur or not, I mean, I think you could go either way with a lot of these.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, you said you like Jurassic Park's story better.
No, I said I think it's stronger.
Stronger. Whatever. Okay. Now, the animation of the dinosaurs. Which ride is better?
I don't know. Can you even see the dinosaurs on Dinosaur?
You can't. Some of them are really cool. Really well animated, I think. Like the one that's eating the one that's... where the one's
but there's so
nice
much, like, light flashing that, I mean... Seeing that ride with the lights on might be... Those dinos might be in worse shape than the ones in Jurassic Park. There's no way to know. I don't think you can tell. They look good on the ride, but I mean, right? You're being jostled, so how can you tell?
But I mean, the Carnotaur...
Jurassic Park, you're sitting there, you're going real slow. You definitely could tell what the dinos look like.
Okay.
Although, I don't know, when you're going up the ramp, those raptors, some of them look
so
terrible.
bad.
And
they're not
in
scary
the dark,
at all.
So, like, one of them just, like, comes... Like, they could do a little bit more
there. Okay, so the big bad. Mm-hmm. Which do you like better?
Ooh.
Carnotaurus or Tyrannosaurus Rex? Because they both do the same thing at the end.
Okay, well, I would
argue
that...
They both lunge at you at the end and roar. Which was actually, dinosaur was... The ending was changed.
Which one do you think gets closer to you?
Carnotaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But T-Rex is bigger?
T-Rex is bigger.
Man.
The iconic... T-Rex or this Carnotaurus. But the cool thing, here's the interesting thing.
I don't know, you guys.
The Carnotaurus in Dinosaur comes after you multiple times, right? And you interact and see him multiple times. You hear the T-Rex roar, and back when Jurassic Park worked fully, there was a screen where the claw of the T-Rex would, like... scratch on the wall. Mm-hmm. And like now that effect doesn't work anymore or something. So, and you could hear him walking through the area that we're in when you go up the huge hill. Right? In the dark. So like you do get more touches with the Carnotaurus. Like he tries to come get you a couple times before the end.
I know, you guys. I can never keep track of what side the vehicle.
Because he comes on the left and he comes on the right. I think he comes on the right twice and the left once.
I think it's the opposite.
Okay, maybe. And then at the end he comes right in front of everyone. So that's interesting. Is it like you do see the Carnotaurus more with the bull horns. He's not as big as the T-Rex. But which do you like better? Which do you think is more effective?
I think the T-Rex is more effective.
Because you see less of them? Like a Jaws scenario?
I just feel like because of the nature of the ride, like the tension builds more.
Yeah, because you're going to go down this huge hill.
I feel like Dinosaur, like, it just, you're being...
inundated.
Like, it's just like, yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's like a rave.
Black sheets!
I mean, it's just like nuts. By the time you see him at the end, I mean, I feel like I am like you're always surprised, but it's coming. And like the whole ride has sort of been at that level of intensity almost the entire time.
That's true.
I feel like for Jurassic Park, it's more of a build of tension, and every time we go
It's
on that
iconic
ride,
when you
I
see the
always
T-Rex.
feel like he gets a little bit closer than I remember he did.
Yeah.
Or she did, I guess.
She.
Yes.
She.
Not Sue.
So you're going to go with T-Rex. As the better big bad.
The Carnotaurus and dinosaur at the end is scary. I mean, it's right there in your face, and then the vehicle sort of goes down that hill.
Yeah.
It's intense.
It is. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's just because the whole ride is kind of almost at that level at some point.
Okay.
So I feel like,
it's less effective because it's too many times.
I don't know if it's too many. I just think the ride is different. So I feel like at the end, of Jurassic Park, the ride.
Okay.
You're just, I don't know. And then you go down the really big hill. Like, everyone knows it's going to happen because you obviously go up a giant hill. So what's going to happen next? What goes up?
I gotcha.
It's just more tension building.
Okay. All right. So T-Rex is the better big bad in this case.
I mean, how can you not say T-Rex?
Yeah, I mean, the Carnotaurus is pretty formidable and awesome. But, yeah, I mean, and especially back in the day, they've tinkered with the effects. I think it's because they probably had issues with it or something. But back in the day, there was like a waterfall.
Yes.
Like a huge waterfall where the T-Rex would come out.
You couldn't see her when you were like kind of going up.
Yeah.
Because you go up and then you kind of go down a little ramp and you turn.
The water shuts off.
Right.
And she like emerges from the hole and like try to eat you. It was iconic.
From the hole.
Well, yeah. From behind the waterfall.
I have another point to make too. I think with Dinosaur, you're kind of moving so quickly throughout the whole ride that like by the time you see the Carnotaurus at the end, like you're past it. I think with the T-Rex, you're moving slowly towards it, and it's like there's nothing you can do except keep going.
Yeah, you're just gonna go right to its mouth. Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with my answer. I think that's the right.
Okay. No, I think that's a good answer. I think it's a solid answer. I like that. Me, it's obviously, the T-Rex. I do the impression of the T-Rex. I love the T-Rex. Plus, you get that look and you see the animatronic. His head moves really well. Her head moves really well. When it's in B mode, it just doesn't do anything. It just comes out. It just doesn't really roar.
What did it do last time?
I think it actually did move. Yeah, it actually did move and roar.
You are right by her, you get really close.
Yeah, or at least it feels like you're getting close.
It does feel like it.
Yeah. So,
but I feel like everyone in the boat starts to lean back.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're going down. So it's really fun, really fun. So, okay, now the ride. One more thing, and then we'll wrap this up. But the ride itself, the ride vehicle, the ride system, which is better?
I'm going to have to go with Dinosaur.
Yeah, me too. Totally.
I love slow boat rides. I think they're the most creative, like I said earlier. They tend
obviously
to turn out the
limited.
best rides.
Yeah.
I think. But, there's only 2 rides, right? I think, in all Disney parks that have that ride vehicle. The one in Dinosaur, and it's Indiana Jones and Dinosaur.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other parks have. I just think it's just super fun.
It's a cool ride vehicle.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
Think about it, though. If you really wanted to, I love Jurassic Park, and I wouldn't change it, but considering, the Jeep chase, it would be cool to sort of combine.
Yeah, that would be neat.
It would be really neat to do that.
Oh, that'd be really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the future could be that. You never know with the Jurassic World attraction in Epic Universe.
You never know.
We could have the motorcycles.
I wonder if they're going to do something with the, what are those, the balls, the glass?
Gyrospheres?
Gyrosphere.
That would be
if they're going to
amazing.
do some sort of, they already have
totally,
a roller coaster, so I don't know. If
maybe not a roller coaster, but actually be in the gyrospheres or something.
That would be kind of cool.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. The future is looking bright for the future of dinosaurs and theme parks. Hopefully there'll be a whole Jurassic World section. So, okay, I would say Dinosaur wins the actual ride itself. It's more thrilling. it's a cool ride vehicle, and it's just a neat
I don't know.
thing.
Does it win? It's hard to say.
Yeah,
They're
well,
very different.
They are. I guess it's not apples to apples, really.
No,
it's not like a boat ride with a boat ride, but it is dinosaurs to dinosaurs. So, so your favorite, Ashley's favorite is always dinosaur.
We just always have a lot of fun on that ride, and it's just crazy from start to finish.
It is, and it's just a blast. I agree. It's a good, solid ride. I hope that it never. It's gonna. I don't know. I feel like it's on borrowed time.
It is.
Yeah, Jurassic Park too. Like, are they going to keep Jurassic Park?
Well, because in Hollywood, they kind of did an overlay.
They did a Jurassic World overlay of the same ride.
Which, I mean, it looks really cool.
It does.
But maybe they won't do that here because of the new...
Yeah, the Epic Universe, they could probably do all other stuff.
Right. And they've already shown that they will do things across parks. Like, just because there's Jurassic Park stuff over here doesn't mean...
Universal doesn't care quite as much because I think they see themselves more as a studio park, whereas, like, Disney...
I don't know. Disney's starting to cross over too.
Disney's starting to do things too, right? Where they're kind of like, now we've got Remy and Anna and Elsa in World Showcase. So different things, right? Different things. But okay, so at the end of the day, after our analysis of both,
I don't know. I don't think you can really say there's a clear
They're both
winner.
great, you guys. They're both great. They're both great dino rides. We love dinos. We love looking at giant dinosaurs trying to eat us. And whether it's black sheets or broken down, skin flapping dinos on...
Or maybe a combination of both.
You know what? We have not done... Have we done Jurassic Park River Adventure at night? I don't think we have. Because the park's never open that late.
We chose to do Velocicoaster at night. Remember, we did Jurassic Park first, River Adventure. Last time we were there, or 2 times ago.
We gotta make sure that we can do it at night sometime. If it...
I don't know, because I think a lot of times when we're there, it's like it almost closes.
The park hours are earlier.
Yeah, if it's like 7 o'clock in the summer.
Horror Nights, they don't. Yeah. Horror Nights, they close early, islands.
Well, in summer, it just takes a really long time for the sun to go down, so...
It does. It does. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this was the 88th podcast. 88 miles per hour! Marty, it's your kids! There's got to be something done about your kids! This was the 88th podcast of the Magic in the Midwest podcast. Mm-hmm. How many times are we going to say podcast?
Or 88.
Yeah. Please reach out to Emily at Magical Mouse Travel for all of your travel needs. Also, Magic in the Midwest podcast.bandcamp.com is more crazy content like today's episode. I
really want to get us switched over to Apple Podcasts, but I just can't.
There's just...
I need to hire.
We both work.
Does anyone want to be an assistant for free?
For free. Yes.
You can interact with us.
Donate your time. Thank you. No. Probably wouldn't take that long. We could probably do it, but
no, it's more of the
another
figuring
thing.
It out part.
Yeah, it's another thing. So please rate and review us at Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you listen to the podcast, YouTube, like and subscribe. We love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate the support. We've had a ton of downloads recently, in April. So let's keep that momentum up. So let's keep it up. So thank you again. And from the Midwest, see you later.